Hello and welcome back to our channel, where we explore the fascinating world of animals. Today, we are going to talk about the evolutionary history of crocodiles, one of the most ancient and successful groups of reptiles. Crocodiles are large semi-aquatic predators that live in tropical and subtropical regions of Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. They belong to the order Crocodilia, which also includes alligators, caimans, and gharials. But how did these creatures evolve and diversify over millions of years? Let's find out. The earliest ancestors of crocodiles appeared in the late Triassic epoch, about 230 million years ago. They were small, agile, and terrestrial animals that resembled lizards. They had long limbs, slender bodies, and flexible tails. They belonged to a group called Archosauria, which also gave rise to dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and birds. Some of these early crocodile-like animals were herbivorous or omnivorous, while others were carnivorous and hunted insects, amphibians, and small reptiles. One of the distinctive features of archosaurs was the position of their nostrils. Unlike modern crocodiles, which have their nostrils at the tip of their snouts, archosaurs had their nostrils on top of their heads. This allowed them to breathe while partially submerged in water. Archosaurs also had two openings in their skulls behind their eyes, called antorbital fenestrae, which reduced the weight of their skulls and provided space for muscles. Among the most notable archosaurs were the phytosaurs, which looked very much like crocodiles, except for their nostrils. Phytosaurs were semi-aquatic animals that lived in freshwater lakes and rivers worldwide. They had long snouts with many sharp teeth and armored skin with bony plates called osteoderms. They fed on fish and other aquatic animals, as well as terrestrial prey that came near the water. Some of the well-known phytosaurs were Rudiodon and Mystriosuchus. During the Jurassic period, about 200 to 145 million years ago, the crocodile-like animals diversified into many different forms and adapted to various environments. Some of them became aquatic and developed webbed feet, flattened tails, and armored skin. These were the first true crocodilians, and they belonged to three suborders: Thalattosuchia, Protosuchia, and Mesosuchia. Thalattosuchia were marine crocodilians that had paddle-like limbs and nostrils on top of their snouts. They swam in the oceans and preyed on fish and other marine animals. They also had salt glands in their tongues that helped them excrete excess salt from their bodies. Some of them grew very large, such as Dacosaurus, which was about 5 meters long and had a massive skull with serrated teeth. Protosuchia were small and primitive crocodilians that lived on land or in freshwater habitats. They had short snouts and teeth adapted for crushing hard prey. They also had a hinge-like joint in their lower jaw that allowed them to open their mouths wide. Some of them were herbivorous or omnivorous, such as Sphenosuchus, which had a slender body and long legs. Mesosuchia were intermediate crocodilians that lived in freshwater or brackish water habitats. They had long snouts and teeth adapted for piercing soft prey. They also had a secondary palate in their mouths that allowed them to breathe while holding prey in their jaws. Some of them were specialized for different types of food, such as Stomatosuchus, which had a large mouth that could filter plankton from the water. The Cretaceous period was the last period of the Mesozoic era, lasting from about 145 to 66 million years ago. It was during this time that modern crocodiles emerged as a distinct group within the order Crocodilia. They belonged to the suborder Eusuchia, which means true crocodiles. Eusuchians had several features that distinguished them from other crocodilians, such as a fully developed secondary palate, a four-chambered heart, a muscular diaphragm, and a modified ankle joint. Eusuchians also diversified into many different forms and occupied various habitats around the world. Some of them were terrestrial or semi-terrestrial predators that hunted large mammals, such as Deinosuchus from North America and Sarcosuchus from Africa. These giant crocodiles could reach lengths of up to 12 meters and weigh more than 8 tons. They had powerful jaws that could crush bones and even bite through the armor of dinosaurs. Other Eusuchians were more aquatic and adapted to freshwater or marine environments. Some of them developed long and slender snouts that were specialized for catching fish, such as Gavialis from Asia and Tomastoma from Africa and Southeast Asia. These crocodiles are known as gharials and are the only living representatives of the family Gavialidae. They have more than 100 teeth in their mouths and can grow up to 6 meters long. Another group of Eusuchians that evolved in the Cretaceous period were the alligatoroids, which include the modern alligators and caimans. Alligatoroids have a broader and shorter snout than crocodiles and gharials, and their teeth fit into sockets in their jaws. They also have a bony ridge between their eyes that gives them a distinctive appearance. Alligatoroids are mostly freshwater animals that live in swamps, rivers, and lakes. They feed on fish, turtles, birds, mammals, and other prey. Some of the extinct alligatoroids were very large, such as Purosaurus from South America, which was about 11 meters long and weighed more than 5 tons. The Cenozoic era is the current geological era, which began about 66 million years ago and continues to the present day. It is also known as the Age of Mammals, because mammals became the dominant animals on land after the mass extinction event that wiped out most of the dinosaurs and other reptiles at the end of the Cretaceous period. Crocodiles, however, were among the few reptile groups that survived this catastrophe and continued to thrive in the Cenozoic era. Crocodiles adapted to the changing climate and environment of the Cenozoic era by evolving new features and behaviors. For example, some crocodiles developed a thermoregulatory system that allowed them to control their body temperature by basking in the sun or seeking shade. This helped them cope with the fluctuations in temperature that occurred during the Cenozoic era. Crocodiles also learned to use tools, such as sticks and stones, to lure or crack open their prey. This showed their intelligence and problem-solving skills. Crocodiles also diversified into new forms and colonized new regions during the Cenozoic era. For instance, some crocodiles evolved to live in colder climates, such as Pristochampsus from Europe and Borealosuchus from North America. These crocodiles had fur-like integument that insulated them from the cold and gave them a mammal-like appearance. Other crocodiles expanded their range to Australia, where they became the top predators of the continent. These include Quincana, a terrestrial crocodile that hunted large marsupials, and Mecasuchus, a dwarf crocodile that lived in rainforests. However, crocodiles also faced many challenges and threats during the Cenozoic era. They had to compete with other predators, such as big cats, bears, hyenas, and humans, for food and territory. They also suffered from habitat loss, climate change, overhunting, and poaching. As a result, many crocodile species became extinct or endangered during the Cenozoic era. Today, there are only 23 living species of crocodiles in the world, belonging to 3 families: Crocodilidae, true crocodiles, Alligatoridae, alligators and caimans, and Gavialidae, gharials. Crocodiles are amazing animals that have a long and rich evolutionary history. They have survived for more than 200 million years, from the Triassic period to the present day. They have adapted to different environments and diversified into many forms. They have also shown remarkable intelligence and creativity. However, they are also facing many challenges and threats that could endanger their future. Therefore, it is important to protect and conserve these living fossils that represent a vital part of our natural heritage. We hope you enjoyed this video about the evolutionary history of crocodiles. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.